Pennsic is a 2-week-long war in Pennsylvania and the largest annual event held by the Society for Creative Anachronism, also known as the SCA. The SCA is an international nonprofit organization devoted to studying and recreating pre-17th centuries. Pennsic draws in over 10,000 attendees regularly who are encouraged to wear medieval clothing while at the war. The name Pennsic War was created as a combination of Punic Wars and Pennsylvania. The Punic Wars were a series of 3 wars fought between Rome and the Phoenician city of Carthage. The 2 weeks of Pennsic are known as Peace Week, which is a relaxing week, and War Week, when everything is scheduled at the same time. There's also Midweek, which is the middle weekend between Peace Week and War Week. Originally, the war started as a contest between the East and Middle Kingdoms within the SCA, with the loser to get Pittsburgh. The alliances for each side are now determined by their majesties each year. The loser getting Pittsburgh was simply unjust. The territory of Pittsburgh was never actually in dispute and had never changed hands, remaining part of the East Kingdom until the formation of the Kingdom of Ethelmark in 1997. People from all over the world attend Pennsic, including countries such as Germany, Sweden, and Australia. So how did it all begin? Negotiations for an inter-kingdom war had begun in early 1971 under the reigns of King Murad from the east and King Franz from the middle. Duke Caeriadoc, a former king of the Mid-Realm, was the ambassador to the East Kingdom from the Middle Kingdom, who delivered the challenge to Shogun Rakurai in the form of a war arrow, who immediately accepted it by breaking the arrow and casting it to the floor. By the time the First War actually occurred, however, Duke Caeriadoc from the Middle had become King of the East. This was in AS 7, or August 1972. AS stands for Annus Saeutatis. It's a unique calendar used within the SCA to count the years from the date that SCA was founded in 1966. Each year begins on May 1st, the anniversary of the first tournament held, and each year ends on April 30th. The first Pennsic was held in 1972 at Newton's Campground, now Shorehaven Campground, in Waterford, Pennsylvania. The second Pennsic was held at St. Clair Beach Campground near Pittsburgh. The third was held on a private farm in Wexford, Pennsylvania. The fourth, often called Pennsic Pour or Pennsic Puddle, was held at Spencer Farm in Ohio and was marred by massive flooding and mudslides. This is celebrated in a song by performer Duke Moonwolf in Pennsic War 4. The fifth Pennsic was held at the Berlin Reservoir in Ohio after a site in West Virginia was rejected. This was back when Pennsic used to only cover one weekend. The sixth Pennsic and all subsequent Pennsics afterwards have been held at Cooper's Lake Campground in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Not every Pennsic is East Kingdom versus the Middle Kingdom. Sometimes there is a purple Pennsic, when the East and Middle Kingdoms unite together and go up against the Kingdom of Ethelmark and the Allies. Pennsic used to be during the first 2 full weeks of August. However, that changed in 2007 for Pennsic War 36, when it was pushed back to start at the end of July, most likely due to the number of schools whose school years were starting earlier and therefore affecting the number of teachers and parents who wanted to attend Pennsic. In 2023, the 50th Pennsic War, the final attendee count was 11,384. The annual economic impact of Pennsic on the neighboring areas amounts to approximately $1.8 million added into the Butler County economy, with many local businesses citing the period during Pennsic as being among their busiest of the year. Pennsic has something for everyone: armored combat, rapier, archery, thrown weapons, dancing, performing arts, gaming, shopping, arts and sciences, university classes, food, camping, youth activities, parties, socializing, and more. The various activities can be found on Thing 2.0 on the Pennsic War website. Did you know that there's even a fun run and an unofficial half marathon to run? Pennsic is roughly 1.5 miles long and 0.7 miles wide. Be ready to walk. However, if you prefer, there is a bus system to transport attendees. During Peace Week, however, there are only 1 or 2 buses, so please be patient. Unlike at other SCA events, at Pennsic, the autocrat, or otherwise known as the event steward, is known as the mayor. The mayor of Pennsic works with the SCA and various seneschals to effect the orderly running of the event and compliance with all appropriate rules of the SCA and Pennsic. Something I was told many years ago, and who knows how much truth it holds, but it does kind of make sense. During the 2 weeks that Pennsic exists each year, it's large enough, based on the number of people who attend, it is large enough to be considered a city in Pennsylvania. When I attended my first Pennsic in the late 1990s, there was a United States postal worker who had a blue postal box and sold stamps and postcards. It really did feel like its own little town with a mayor and a post office at Pennsic. What do you enjoy doing at Pennsic? Or, if you've never been, what would you be interested in doing? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video and would like to watch more of my videos, please follow the links on the side of the page. Please select thumbs up that you like the video. It helps with the algorithm. If you have questions or comments, please post them below, and please click subscribe and ring that bell to be updated when new videos come out.